Thank you. Yeah, I'm not doing no name introductions.
Yeah.
To me, look, Laura, it's your turn. Mariah, Shariah.
Okay, we're officially live.
Oh, y'all
Y'all so funny. Okay. All right, I'm gonna slide. Man,
I'm about to hide behind Raya.
YouTube live. Oh,
Man,
already
YouTube
somebody
live.
on here.
Facebook live, y'all. For real. Okay. Woo.
We need a fork?
Hello.
Oh, I put a spoon.
Oh, they left. Sorry.
People will jump on and jump off. I'm gonna start sharing this. So if anybody does have their phone, I meant to say this, but you can share it to your page if you have Facebook. If not, then I'll just share it and then you can find it later off my Facebook. So let me find it really quick. Oh, it came up fast. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Wait, what's your name on Facebook?
It's Myesha Jones. Myeshia.
Oops. Okay, so I added you.
Okay.
Oh, let's leave that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hurry up. Okay, y'all, give me just a second. And I'm
Did you
gonna.
get it added?
Oh no, I don't mess with Facebook.
Okay, so, alrighty. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey.
Okay, so you're probably like, oh my gosh, we've never saw 5 people. The most I had was 4, and now I officially have 5 people on the show at one time. We're breaking new records around here, so I am super excited that we're all here. Honey, I was going to get cute and stuff, but I was in that kitchen working all day today. It was not that for me. So this is what you get, but the energy is going to be so dope. We're going to have a great conversation. So if this is your first time chiming into Mondays with Mai, welcome. I am so excited to have all of these beautiful ladies with me today. We are going to give them a chance to introduce themselves. And of course, I'm here with my co-host, Miss Diane Washington.
Yeah.
Honey, if y'all saw Diane this weekend, she bringing home Black Excellence Awards, okay? Yes, so we're going to get into a great conversation talking about Black food sovereignty, talking about all the work that these young folks are doing in our community and in our garden, and making awareness around the community. You know, you start talking, so all the words start merging together, but make sure you guys share. Please go ahead and comment, ask questions. I do have my handy dandy phone next to me so I can read your comments. You can ask questions live and we'll answer them live for you. I love y'all and I'm excited to be here. So, of course, you guys know Mondays with Mai is all about community, authentic engagement, right? We want to hear what's going on in our community. We want to be authentic. We want to have real conversations, keep it real with one another, and really just talk about all the great and vibrant things in this community. So, of course, I'm your host, Myesha, Mondays with Mai. We're excited to have you. We're going to go ahead and pray, and we're going to start eating and get right into a great conversation. Is y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, honey. Lord, we just thank you so much for this opportunity, Lord. We ask that you come and bless this space, Lord. Would you bless our conversation, Lord? Continue to bless Miss Washington and these young ladies in all their current and future endeavors, Lord. Allow them to be prosperous, Lord. Would you please bless our entire community, Lord? Bless this conversation, bless this food, and take all the impurities out of it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I'm preaching like it's on Sunday, so I had to, you know. Okay, so first thing first, ladies, let's take our first bite and see what we thinking. Everybody has their own place, so I'm just a finger girl, but you can eat it however you want to. But authentic eaters, we just dig our fingers in there, and y'all be in the gardens. Y'all know how you just use your hands and let me check the spice, y'all. I tried to make it not spicy. Come on, spice, be down.
Okay.
Oh.
I think we're okay on the spice.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, this is good.
How's everybody first bite?
Delicious.
Good.
Yo.
Honey, I've been waiting for this all night, okay? All right, so now we got our first bites. Since I make the food, I need to get people's first impressions. So,
It's delicious.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I did push fresh cucumbers on there. Now, it did not come from any of their gardens, unfortunately, but I feel like y'all would appreciate the healthy aspect. But if you dip it in the sauce, it's still great. I recommend dipping everything in the sauce.
How do you eat this?
Okay, a little tutorial real quick, y'all. Then we're going to get into the conversation. So the mussels, I always just break it open. And the mussel part is here. I pull it off. And then, but I dip in my sauce like this and get a little sauce on there. And then just...
I'm so scared.
I
I'm
never had
so
one of these
scared right now.
before.
This clam, right?
It's mussels.
Mussels.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. I'm not even scared to eat something.
They're really delicious.
They are?
Oh, yeah, it's good.
It's good? Okay.
People be sleeping on the mussels.
Yeah, that was good.
Very good.
All right, y'all.
Okay. All right.
What do you think? You were like, it was like,
No, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. I thought it was gonna be a little. I thought it was gonna be
a little,
bad.
because y'all know what's some things that's slimy?
Oysters?
Oysters. Some
Oh,
people
yeah.
can't handle oysters, but they have a lot different texture than the oyster. So
I've
they,
never
yeah.
had oysters before.
Okay, honey, let's go ahead and get into this conversation. So I'm just super excited. Let's start off with introductions. I want to prepare you guys. When I ask you a question, you're going to want to look at me and answer the question, but try to look at the cameras and answer the question. I meant to tell you that script. So these are our audience. We want to look at them all the time, but I know you're going to want to look at me and talk, but just pretend like you're looking at me across over there. So, I guess, Miss Washington, we should start with you. This is now our second episode in the Black Food Sovereignty series.
Yes.
So if you guys caught us last month, we had a really good conversation. That's all right. We had a really good conversation on really breaking the ice on what Black food sovereignty is. So really our goal is to tap into different leaders in our community. And yes, our young people are leaders in our community who are doing work in different capacities around Black food sovereignty. And we want to learn from them. So Diane, will you take it over and tell us a little bit, reintroduce yourself to the audience and tell us about the ladies that you've invited on the show tonight.
All right. Well, I'm really excited to be here with these lovely young ladies that have been working with us through our summer program, our volunteer program, and many other things that we have been doing. And we're going to give them an opportunity to kind of share a few things with us that they've been doing. I'm Diane Washington, and I am the founder and executive director of Young People of Purpose. And we have a great purpose in the community to make a difference, to share our knowledge and to learn together. So right now I'm going to let them give them a chance to introduce themselves and just tell you a little bit about themselves. So I'll start with Loretta. They're laughing. That's an inside joke.
Now, Ms. Washington, you did say you weren't introducing nobody.
I did say that.
Okay, go.
I'm Shariza.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm C-Asia, y'all.
Okay. So ladies, besides just your name, can you just tell us like a little bit about yourselves, like maybe how old you are, what school you go to, maybe something fun about yourself.
Y'all
tell
want
us
me
a
to
little
go
something.
first? I go first.
You go first.
Go ahead.
Hey y'all, I'm C-Asia. I am 15 years old, about to be 16 in a month.
Okay.
And I go to Jackson High School. I'm in the 10th grade. A little bit about myself. I'm an upbeat person, as y'all can see. Like, I'm confident. I mean, I love myself for real.
Okay. All right.
I first met Mrs. Washington. It was like, I think I was like either like 12, 13. I don't know. It's been some years. Like when she like first started, like I was that person for real. I was that person. She really inspired me to be an artist. I do my own artwork outside of this organization. And
Okay.
that's my goal for real. I want to be an artist. Also, I want to be a traveling nurse as well, and I'm pursuing that as well as doing that art. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Follow-up question really quick. What kind of art do you do?
I do all kinds of art, really. I mean, right now I'm just painting. I mean, I draw. I draw. Some of the paint. After this, I'm gonna show you some of the paint stuff I do.
Okay. A little inside scoop. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Who's next?
All right. I'm Lariah. I'm 17. I go to Jackson High, and I like gardening, obviously. And I like science, and I want to be a geologist when I grow up. When I get out of college and stuff, I want to be a geologist. I loved rocks like my entire life for whatever reason. So like that's just what I really want to do in life is study rocks in the earth, and I find them really interesting. So yeah, your turn.
Oh, wait, pause for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will never forget this. So, y'all know I'm new to the garden world. I'm new to sovereignty. I'm new to this work like a baby. So we had the opportunity to go to Detroit with Miss Washington, and we went to visit some amazing gardens in Detroit, specifically Keep Growing Detroit. And we were all in the car together. And she gets out the car and looks on the ground and is like, "Hey, I've been looking for this," and pulls something out of the ground. What was it?
Mugwort.
Mugwort. Okay, and what is it used for again?
People use it for it's like a little, what is it called? Like a little, and people use it for like dreams. Like you burn it and they use it for like stimulating dreams and stuff like that. And I gave some to Riza because she wanted some, so it was. I was looking for it, so and I seen it there, so I was like, let me just grab it, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, "That's grass. What is she talking about? Why is she picking up the grass randomly?" Like, so this was my first real introduction to, and I was like, "Wow, she is so smart and fascinating." Because I would have been like, "That might be poison ivy. I won't put your ankles on it," you know. So, that was very fascinating. Okay, so thank you for sharing. And next,
Lexi Asia, I'm also an artist, but like mainly I do paintings, and I always really enjoyed art since I was like real little. But I'm also really into gardening, also like Lariah too. But I didn't start gardening until this past summer, but like I've always been interested in it, and I always helped like my mom with her plants growing up, and she would like work with them outside. I'm going to go to school for dental hygiene, but I really want to be an herbalist because I have like a big interest in herbs and like their properties and their medicinal properties. Yeah, that's it.
okay.
That's good.
So I'm gonna tell you, not me got a story or a question for everybody, but so I remember I had that wonderful opportunity to come and volunteer at White Pop this summer, and I taught a martial art class, and it was so much fun because the girls were so interactive, but some of them was a little strong. Okay, some of them I was like, "Oh yeah, you can fight for real." Okay, I ain't gonna get no attitude with you. But anywho, yes, but I love how creative you all are and how you're kind of doing your own thing and just how smart y'all are. At like 15, 16, 17, I was thinking about boys. I'm so glad y'all ain't say nothing about no boys. I'm proud of y'all, okay? So, oh Lord, I think, well, sometimes I think about them, but not tonight. Not right now. Oh, I see everybody tuning in. Hey, y'all. Hey, I am going to be looking at the comments. So if you have questions for the young ladies, please feel free to ask them. You can use the scissors too. Oh, but you did. Look, that's fine. And so, yes, if you have any questions for the group today, please feel free to ask. So we're talking about, Black food sovereignty. And when we think about Black food sovereignty as we've defined it, it's like, the process of ownership and power over, your food from the ground to your plate. And so I guess when we're kind of looking into gardening, how did you ladies decide, oh, I love or I'm interested in working in the garden? Like, what was that your first introduction to gardening?
Well, my grandparents and my dad has always been gardening, so it kind of just like came natural to me. I've always helped them with their garden. I've always, picked strawberries in my grandma's garden. Picked cucumbers and stuff. Watch my dad. He used to make pickles with his cucumbers, so that was always really fun. They were really good.
Oh,
And I just love getting food from outside and just being outside.
mm-hmm.
And so it's just always been in me to just garden, I guess. So.
Okay.
All right.
I guess because like I always really enjoy being outside and like the different plants that grow. So I guess that's where like my interest in gardening comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I could say mine. I knew about the whole job. I did not like gardening. At all. I did not like gardening at all. But my grandma, like, she would plant flowers and stuff. Like outside, she would have like a huge flower bed, and she would be like, "So, Caesar, come out here and help me get these flowers." And I'm looking at her like, "What? Like, who do I look like going outside, going out there and like?" But I would do it for her. I'll still do it. But this past summer, I was working with Mrs. Washington in the garden, and actually, at first it was kind of rough. It was rough on the edges. I was like, I don't think I want to be out here in this sun and all that stuff. But I actually started to see the enjoyment, and like I made friends, like just not gardening, but I made friends and everything. So like, I found my gardening experience. I love it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't get my nails dirty. And I remember one time I came to pick something out of Miss Washington garden, and she was like, taste it. And I was like, put it in my mouth? Like, we didn't rinse it off or anything? She said, yeah, it's all natural. I was like, in the name of Jesus, please don't let me die for you. And I was like, oh, but for those of us who didn't grow up gardening, we just didn't really know about, anything to do with gardening. So, Miss Washington, tell us a little something. You have any questions that you have for the ladies or anything that you guys have worked on? What's your experience been like working with the young people, these ladies specifically in the garden?
Well, we had our wonderful time most of the time. I know, right? Right. But we had an opportunity to really work together and do just so many different things. And one thing before they leave, I want them just to kind of share some of the things that they've done, the different experiences. Because in a garden and learning the environment, you want to learn as many things as you can. So we try to give our young people as many opportunities to learn and work in many, many different areas. And we just had a wonderful time of experiencing things and just having all of us just growing together, working in the garden and just growing together as a group. And so it was nice.
Yeah.
So somebody share a little bit about some of your experiences.
Like in the garden?
Yes, in the garden or any other things that we've done during this.
All right,
summer.
I got this one.
Okay.
We was at I think it was what is it? The King Center Garden. And we was it was just this whole bed just full of weeds.
The weeds.
I was like, what? Like she was like, oh yeah, we gotta pick out the strawberries and pick the weeds out. And I was like, all these weeds, and she wants to pick one. Like, how are we supposed to tell which ones are strawberries? And so I'm just sitting there, and then it's like, remind y'all, it's hot. Like the sun is literally.
This was the hottest day
like,
of summer.
it's literally on us. I'm sitting there with the hose because I was like, I ain't about to get down to pick those. I'm about to use the hose. And so, I was sitting there, and I was just like, oh, Miss Washington got us doing it loud. She got us doing it loud. But it was also fun at the same time because we was making jokes, but we was also doing our work at the same time. But it was actually pretty fun for we we didn't even like recognize that we was like actually working because we was too busy having fun at the same time. That was a funny experience, to be honest.
All right.
Like while working at the garden, it taught me to like pay attention to like the different leaves on each plant, because like you'll look at the ground and then, or like you walking somewhere and it's like a whole bunch of grass and stuff, but like if you notice, like they'll have different leaves, so like it taught me to pay attention to the leaves and like learn like what plant is what plant.
Okay. Now that you've done it, like, was it hard to get to know what different plants are?
With the strawberries, yes. Definitely with the strawberries, because if y'all saw the leaves in the strawberry garden, where the strawberries at? Because it's still berries, because they're gone. But the strawberries are still there because they're perennials and they grow every year.
Oh.
But you looking at the grass, and then it's like strawberry plants hiding everywhere. So you have to like really pay attention to where you're pulling your weeds and like make sure you're not pulling no strawberries. And it was a little irritating, especially in that summer heat. Yeah.
Something I learned from the garden was working in the garden with Ms. Washington was like the many different ways to do things. Like, for example, we used rope for the tomatoes to hold up the tomatoes instead of using cages, because my dad and grandparents, they've always used cages instead of ropes. So that was different. And I learned like different ways to keep weeds out, like using the fabric, the weed, what was that called? Like the fabric and the bricks on the fabric. That was that was one way to keep the weeds out. And then also the aeroponics. I've never ever used aeroponics or heard of aeroponics before working in the garden, so that was completely new to me. So just different ways and methods of doing things I've never heard of before. That's what I learned.
Could you tell us what aeroponics are for the people in the audience who may not know what that means?
So aeroponics, it's a indoor growing method. It's like a tower, and you put like the plants in the tower, and it has like a automatic system to tell when the lights go on, and to tell it when to water the plants. So it waters the plants from the top, and then there's like a basin of water at the bottom, and then plants grow out of the sides of the tower, and then there's lights all around it. So it's like a way to grow plants inside using like this really high tech, futuristic machine that just does it for you pretty much. So it was really cool, and it was different.
Wow.
So what do y'all think about the testing of the strips to get the right pH?
That was time consuming. Because you have to make sure like the water balance is right. It can either be too acidic or too alkaline. And it took a while to do. Yeah.
So help us to understand that. I think that's interesting, because for me, I kind of know about 90% what y'all talking about, but some people watch them maybe know like 6% of what you're talking about. So what is it to have the plant be balanced, pH balanced? Like, what does that mean, and why is that important?
It's the water that waters the water that waters the plants. It has to be a certain pH for the plants to grow well. I don't really know why the water has to be a certain pH, but but yeah.
Between a 5.5 and a 6.5, you keep it in that range so the plants can grow well.
Yeah.
But one way it's going to be too much acid and too much alkaline. So just keeping a balance of the plant so that it can be well, and it's organic and it's safe and it's healthy. So it's another opportunity and another way to grow, to learn how to do gardening all year round. Yeah.
And I think sometimes we don't know that, because you think about garden, summertime, warm, and we're not down in Florida where we can have gardens, all year round. So here it's like, what if you want fresh fruits and vegetables at your home, but you don't have, but it's wintertime, right? And so, although I did visit Ms. Washington's place last week and saw that they are growing plants out of like milk jugs and water jugs. And I thought that was just so fascinating. Did you guys help to plant those seeds? Mm-hmm.
Want to tell a little bit about that winter gardening? That's winter gardening
Mm-hmm.
with outdoors.
So we just cut like the tops of the milk jugs off, and then we put dirt in it. Oh yeah, we put dirt in it, put the seeds in it, and then we put the top back on it so they can grow. It's almost like a greenhouse for the plants to grow during the winter.
Wow. And it's just like something you have to buy anyway, like milk or water or even juice, and you just clean it out. But you think of like a greenhouse, which is a lot of money, but this is something that you already have, like jugs, empty jugs at home. So what a great way to kind of like reuse the environment, the things that you have. So I love that. I thought it was so cool. I can't wait to taste something that was made out of
Right.
a reused substance.
And her
So-
grandmother, Mrs. Hurt, a wonderful gardener that had been doing gardening for years and years and years, helped our young people with the project. So that was great.
Oh, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Wow. So, I guess for people who may be like thinking about, I want to get a garden, or I want to grow my own fruits and vegetables. What would you say? Give them advice. The first thing that they should do.
I would tell them to find a spot. If they want to grow their garden outside, I would tell them to find a spot with like good sunlight and find a way, good sunlight. Somewhere with good dirt. If they don't have good dirt, find a way to fix the dirt.
Yeah, because we purchased garden soil for our winter garden. So
Okay.
yeah, we potting soil. And mixture.
Where you can get potting soil from?
So you can buy it from any of the stores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much so. Sometimes use potting mix and sometimes use potting soil or mix it up so you can have different kinds of soil to use your plants. Yeah.
Okay.
And we also do what did we do? We went to the classrooms. You guys had a chance to work with some of the youth and share some things
Yeah,
with.
I really enjoyed doing that because I feel like working with kids is like a really fun thing to do, especially to have like a positive influence on kids. That's like really important.
Very.
And so that was really fun.
Very cool. What types of things did you guys do with the kids?
We did this project with them with these clay pieces that are actually homemade, and so they're like animals. And so we took like, what did we use? What was it called again?
We made a scenery with them.
Yeah, we made a series, but we used what, paper?
Pattern. We use like cardstock.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Cardstock.
Yeah, we used cardstock, and like watercolors, and so they got to paint their own background and like scenery. And so they had their clay pieces of different animals. They had elephants, giraffes, lions, a lot of different animals. And they just had to glue it on there with their like own.
So that they had a wonderful time working with youth. We did kindergarten camp this summer too with the public schools. So that was a wonderful.
You guys are busy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff going on.
Anybody want to talk about the trip to American One?
That was actually, I feel like we got a lot out of that. I mean, I think I got a lot out of it, but it teaches us basically about like financing and like how we can basically create our own accounts and like be like what's the word? I'm just trying to think of the word. Independent, yeah. Independent and and basically how we create our own accounts and how we like our parents don't have to like have access to like a hold to our accounts. We can like do it ourselves. Basically like being independent.
I love that. And I think what you guys are saying, so we think about the term Black food sovereignty. It has the word food in it. So we often think about food and we think about, growing food and gardening. But what we've learned, especially with the leadership from Ms. Washington, is that Black food sovereignty is more than just food. One of the things that you guys said earlier, and you said it a few times, was the relationships and the friendships and part of healing and part of being a whole person is having good and healthy relationships in your life. And it's funny that gardening brought that together for all of you guys, like friendship and healthy. So, you know, having a sense of wellness, feeling well and being well. Honey, being in that sun and brightening that melanin, okay? Now, some people like, that's too much sun. Just put some sunscreen on, but you know,
They got breaks.
they got
We ain't tagalongs every day.
Yeah. Look, I've been having the whole like umbrella hat and like sunscreen dripping off white gloves, but even the component of you guys learning how to be financially well, right? That's a component of Black food sovereignty and making sure that you know you have the funds to be able to buy the land that you choose to garden on, or if you choose to sell your plants that you grow, knowing like what's the best, how much the cost will be, how much profit you're making, how to invest your money wisely. Like these are all parts of Black food sovereignty. And so when I love how Ms. Washington takes you in this community and does all these things, because they all really kind of focus on you as a person and building you, but they're all connected to the wellness, which is in essence Black food sovereignty. So
Yes, it
I
is.
just love that.
Yeah. I like the idea of starting. So when you talk about financing, we've been talking about entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
you know, and working on things. So maybe somebody you can explain a little bit about Shayla Strawberries and that project.
So Shayla Strawberries is a business where we will be selling strawberry related products at the downtown building.
Yeah.
I don't know where exactly.
Yeah,
it's located.
downtown, and also we set up booths sometimes and do events as well. And our strawberry shortcakes is our little famous one.
Mhm.
And
So-
everything with the strawberry shortcake is
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm. Wait, even the brown part?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Honey, that's talent right there, okay? Wow, that's beautiful.
So we just had a class, so we're growing strawberries,
Mhm.
to sell our product. And then also we just had a class on how to make our strawberry shortcake items from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
You
is
wanna tell
pretty
about
cool.
that episode? Anything you want to talk about?
What can I say?
Sorry to know.
I'm trying to think. Cause like I got it there, like I don't know how to put it into words.
Here we go.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, so what we did was we got all together at the King Center and we made strawberry cupcakes. Well, not strawberry cupcakes, but strawberry shortcake. So we made basically like a cupcake base and we put strawberries on top. And we also made honey cupcakes.
Mhm.
Honey.
Ooh.
It was honey cupcakes with cream cheese frosting.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. I took it home and I gave it to my mom. My mom's boyfriend and his son, and they really liked it.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Yeah, so the honey comes from the Bee Sweet Bakery. So we have bees, we're beekeeping. And so we're learning to use our honey for our products so they can be safe, organic, and learning that along with that.
That is just fascinating. I love that. And so if you guys are hearing like the jargon or the language, you know, Ms. Washington is using, if you forgot or don't know, but she also is an author and wrote a book. It is called
Annie's Amazing Art Venture.
Annie's Amazing Art Venture. Yes. So it has like all of the great just it's a phenomenal book. It's so good about these young people and them getting started in their businesses and being entrepreneurs and their work in the garden. It's just really, really cool book. But the book inspired all of the real things that they're doing right now in the gardens and in business work. It is just so fascinating how like the book is a blueprint to really what's happening in our community. Is so fascinating. So I love that. I love that. Wow. So what's next? What's this summer gonna look like for what are you guys gonna be doing this summer in the gardens?
We're gonna have a butterfly garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hearing some cute pictures. Mhm.
Yes, major TikTok.
Right.
Go post
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Flirt.
So we're going to be really building the garden up and working on it really, really hard this year because we're part of the garden tour with the master gardeners, you know, so we want to get the garden looking really, really great. And we need a lot of volunteers to help us get that garden together. I just thought I'd just
We need a
throw
lot
that
of
out there
help.
real quick. And so we're going to be doing some wonderful things out in the garden, just new things and things for seniors, you know, garden beds, vegetables, of course, all the things we want to grow that goes with the book and all the characters and all their wonderful big businesses, Bucky Bake Shop. And so, you know, Bucky was a bully in the book, but he turned his life around and started Bucky's Bake Shop. So we do the worms and we feed them and we grow them and we use them for fishing and we use them for selling and we use the worm casting for fertilizer. And so all of these things we start from scratch to finish. You know, we do all of that as well.
Wow.
And we teach pottery. So from the beginning, we have pottery that goes with the projects that they're making as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so we do a lot of things. We have a lot of fun.
That's so, and I think about Black food sovereignty, and it's like the food you eat and the food how you eat it out of, like bowls and plates and stuff.
Right.
I totally want me a new bowl, a cute bowl. If anyone feels inspired to make me one at your pottery class,
You can make your bowl.
I would just be interested in that. So I think I want to hear like why. So we're having these conversations about why this work is important. And if you were talking to parents, or if you were talking to kids that were younger than you who didn't think it was important to grow your own stuff or do this kind of work. Oh my God, I just had an epiphany. I made y'all sausages and then they're in the microwave.
Really?
I mean, they're sauteed. They're so good.
It's not
but
too late.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
too
not
late.
too late.
It's not too
It's
late.
not
Somebody, will you go in the microwave and get them real quick? That just distracted the life out of me. Okay, because I don't eat sausage. So if you don't eat them, then they'll go thrown away. So unless y'all full, I can't
It's
eat.
never too late.
It's never too late.
We're
Yes.
not that old, really.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Yes.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
sauteed in my sauce, so they were supposed to go on your plates, but
Oh my
they
goodness, it's not too
please,
late.
it's not too late. Okay. Woo.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait,
Back
I
on
have
track.
napkins.
Oh yes.
We got a couple of them.
Okay. Yeah. It does get a little messy.
Listen,
It does
guys,
get a little
listen.
messy. So, what was my question? Oh, yes. So let's say you're talking to children that are younger than your age, or either parents, or either policymakers, or grown-ups about why it's important to have your own garden. What would you tell them? Why is it important to have your own garden?
I feel like it's important to have your own garden because, like back when we like didn't have stores and stores and everything, we gardened as like people we gardened and that's how we got our food and everything, and I feel like even not saying there will come to like a food shortage or anything, it's important to have your own garden because you have your own food and not a lot of people have GMO and stuff, like all of that stuff, and you can just grow your own garden in your own house, or you can have it outside, I just feel like it's really important to have your own garden and to manage that by yourself,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Took the words out my mouth.
I mean, because the reality is that when COVID, you guys may have been even younger than this, but parents knew for sure it was a food shortage. I mean, there was a lot of food that just wasn't there, or very high priced food. Even now, it may not be a food shortage, it's a food crisis.
Mhm.
Prices are so high, food is very expensive. It's crazy, super crazy. So that's not that crazy to say, if there becomes a food shortage, we're transitioning into that. Not that there's not enough food being grown, it's just the process of getting the food to your home and everything that happens in between. A lot of food expires and whatnot. But anywho, so it's a really good point. Thank you. Okay, ladies, what else? What else? How are you? You're talking to the people. You're telling them why it's important that everyone should have a garden.
I just think it's good to have a garden to also like with everything they said, also with like just developing a connection, a deeper connection with your food. I feel like it's important because like you can buy stuff from a store, but it's just different when you've grown it and you can just come in the house and just start cooking it. And it lasts longer because you had just grown it and it's not been shipped.
Right.
So I feel like it's just a different connection with the food.
Okay. It's beautiful. Thank you.
And it's important to know exactly what you put in your body because at the grocery stores they want to keep their vegetables looking fresh and they want you to buy it so they spray pesticides and stuff on it. So it's important to keep your food organic.
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't know. It's so funny because I remember picking stuff from the garden and I was like, this feels like, ew, it's so gross. But I literally know where that came from, what products were used. In the grocery store, you look for the perfect one. You don't know what that little plant that had to go through to look like that. Man. And then, or if you have the cucumbers that have like a silky look on them and like the plasticky, and it's like, wait a minute, do y'all know what that is? Like, So yeah, you guys are, I love that. Thank you. So I'm going to go into the chat. Thank you guys for commenting. I have not forgotten about you. And also make sure you share this live. If you didn't get a chance to share it, please share this live out. So we're taking questions. Tasha said, Diane's skin is flawless. Working in the sun and getting that natural vitamin D. Honey, amen, okay? That if you want your blemishes to go away, definitely the vitamin D. But not cover up because then you'll sweat it off in the garden. Right. So just use the natural vitamin D. So Tamika says, hey girl, she says, have you ladies been able to apply lessons you learned in the garden to your everyday life? And if so, what was the lesson and how did you change or how did you apply it to your life?
Yeah, definitely. Patience. I learned to be like less irritable because like in the garden you're gonna get irritated trying to pull weeds, trying to water, trying to plant. It's gonna like irritate you a little bit. It's gonna nag at you. So it's like it definitely taught me to be less irritable and more patient, especially with like the outcome things. So it's like the plant is not gonna grow overnight. So it helped with that expectation for me. And
yeah, I'm on her with that because I was so impatient. I was so impatient. I was really impatient.
Hold on a second. Oh, okay. We're back. Okay. So you were so impatient.
Yes, I was impatient. Like, I don't know. It was like, because we was out in the sun. We was out in the sun. We was just like, it was just so much for me. But it taught me like to actually like sit down and focus and like, see what I got in front of me and how I'm about to do it. Like, put my mind in like, like a task. Like, it really like set that that peace and that patience.
Wow. Okay. That's beautiful.
What about you? Yeah.
I agree with everything they said. I can't think of anything.
Like it really taught me to be able to like connect with myself more spiritually or like mindfully.
I love that. Yeah, I think about parents who have children that have like ADHD and have a lot of, but just hearing how like soothing and the connection and like you don't just go out and plant some flowers and they look pretty and grow. Like you gotta do some work. Like just plant a plant and then get cucumbers the next day. Like it's a process.
You learn to appreciate the really things because like the excitement that comes when you see something new growing on your vegetable plant, it's like you want to scream and like, oh my god, everybody look! Because it's like so exciting.
Wow, I love that. I can't wait to have me a little garden. It's gonna be in a little bucket, but we gotta start somewhere.
That's right. That's important.
And so, Diane, can you tell us really quickly, you also are going to start selling starter plants.
Yes.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us about that? So if people are interested in like a garden, they don't know how to get it started. A
Right.
starter plant will be probably one of the best ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're trying to do a little bit of learning how to do all the aspects of gardening, to be able to start from seeds, start from the plant seedlings, growing, starter plants, giving them out to other people, or at some point selling them with our entrepreneurship program. So we want to be able to do the whole thing. You know, we want everybody to learn the whole process of how to get it from the ground to the table, to a business, all those types of things. So we're excited about that opportunity as well. So during the summer, we do give away food to seniors and the people, and so just to be able to continue that is really a great thing.
I loved
Yeah,
coming
right.
to what happened? Why are you peeling the corn like
Why
that? Why don't you just chew it off?
It was like,
So how are you gonna eat it now? With the spoon?
yeah.
Innovative. So I just like to chomp it with my teeth. Then it gets on my teeth. That is kind of irritating, but they make cost for that. So,
Okay.
so you don't like just putting it in there and just biting it, or
I
you?
mean, I do that not on camera.
Y'all so cute.
I mean, I was just trying to do that most of the way.
So I did 2 of them. So but in my defense, I've been doing this show for 3 years now. So y'all know how I eat, okay? My mom be like, girl, this why you got no husband because you out there eating like that on the show. Everybody watching you. I'm like, or
That's
maybe,
realistic.
I'm like, or maybe just God ain't sent them yet. I mean, maybe he like to eat too. I don't know. But anywho, wow. So if you're interested, that's what I'm saying. I love coming, which is probably where I met most of you guys at, is coming to, was it Mondays you had giveaways?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we met you in
The camp.
the camp.
Oh, the camp was the first time. Okay, then I started seeing more at the Monday giveaways. I come my little reusable bags. Like, I just came to get some vegetables.
She was so cute. She
Yeah,
had her
it
outfits
was so
on.
Girl, we was out there screaming, come and get some vegetables.
Yeah. I mean, really, because you're gonna go to the store and just pay all that money for vegetables, or you go to the store and not buy no vegetables. We have to learn how to start incorporating healthy food in our life.
And it's like during the summer, towards the end of the summer, not the beginning, we gave away free vegetables and for free, keyword free.
Free, FREE.
Man.
But when people was coming up, they didn't want the vegetables.
They wanted the cookies
they
and
wanted
the juice.
Yeah, they want
That's
the
juice
cookie
that
and
we
the
had out.
juice.
But when they saw the free vegetables, they didn't want the free vegetables. Why would you go to the store to buy some tomatoes and we got some pretty looking tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
right there
Yeah,
at our garden
freshly
for
picked.
free, and you want to go to the store? Like, it made me sad when people do that, because like, just take the free vegetable,
Mhm.
make something.
Well, and a lot of people don't really eat vegetables a lot.
Yeah.
Like they get vegetables and they go in the refrigerator and then they get old
rot.
and they rot because we don't really incorporate vegetables in our life.
Mhm.
Like fried chicken, French fries.
Yeah.
Ham, macaroni and cheese, like things that go together. Now y'all don't eat meat, so I don't know what really go together. But hot dog, chips. Like nobody's like maybe soup and salad, but are we eating soup and salad or are we going for the burger and the fries? So we just have to learn how in our community how to start eating healthy and making it a part of our everyday
That's
life.
true. People have so
So-
many different options and reasons why they don't do certain things.
Mhm.
But we're glad for the ones that did come. and
Yes.
just-
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, but you're gonna run into all kind of people. You know, when you work with the public, you
Mhm.
will run into all types of people for different reasons. They do different things.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
have to, take it in and keep on going.
That's right. That's right. They see enough, maybe start trying stuff.
Yeah.
But we totally incorporated cucumbers into our seafood boil. Did y'all like the cucumbers?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're refreshing with the sauce. They're super good. See, one step at a time. So, well, ladies, I have really enjoyed you being on the show tonight. It's
I
been
enjoyed
wonderful.
Mhm.
I guess, your last words, like if you're on the stage in front of all these people and we've just taught them about gardening and all this stuff, how would you leave this conversation? Like, what's the last thing you'd say to kind of just like empower people that this work is important?
I'll just be like, anything is possible for real. Like, anything you put your mind to and your patience to is possible. Like it's gonna be there. Like you're not gonna fail, and if you do fail, you're gonna keep trying. Like,
Yes, come on.
Yeah, that's good.
Somebody
Okay.
needed to hear that tonight.
Yeah.
Shoot, it might have been me. Okay, thank you.
I would say gardening is very rewarding, and it's very worth it when you're out there. And it's very enjoyable to me, honestly. I like being outside, and I mean, a lot of people don't, but in the end, you're gonna get something out of it. You're gonna get either food, you're gonna get relaxation, you're gonna get, the sun. If you need the sun, we all need the sun. You're gonna get something out of it. So I think gardening is just worth it.
Yeah. Good
Um,
answer.
All eyes on me now.
Your turn.
Actually, I don't know what I really say except for like I hope you apply like what we just talked about to your life because it has like a lot of benefits.
It's like friendship, like that's another thing. Friendship, like it builds. It don't just like she said. It gives it has a lot of benefits to it. Like you're gonna come out of you're gonna come out of there with something. Like it I like me personally. I came out of there with friendship and like experience and peace and patience. Like and just within myself, like it built I built a lot of like self-love and self-worth and self-confidence out of it.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Wow.
And I feel like that shows like how beneficial gardening is. And if you're not just getting something in the ground, you're getting something
In yourself.
Yes, I love that. Come on for the soul.
All right. Come on
Okay, now we talk about the mental health epidemic. We've been talking about the healing epidemic tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Friendship,
Yeah.
feeling good in your heart, your
Yeah.
soul,
Yeah.
being at peace, having patience.
Mm.
You better come on.
Yes.
If you're
come
going
on
through
now.
depression or anything, you might
Yeah.
need to get into the garden.
You might need to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause,
Yes, and it's just like
yeah.
because when you're in the garden, you're away from your electronics.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's easy
we was
to
away from
Yeah, we
because
were.
then you're gonna like while you're working, you're gonna think to yourself, you're gonna like learn about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I did that a lot.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Because I know when I get in the garden, it's hard for me to come out.
Mhm.
And my husband, he said, "Are you coming in?" Yeah.
Now it's getting a little dark outside, honey.
Yeah.
Aw, I love that. Well, wow, ladies, thank you.
Thank you guys.
I just want to finish reading a few of the
Couple of
comments.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it said when you talked about pulling weeds, it made me think of how we must remove the people that are not good for our soul and life as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You gotta pull the weeds out yourself.
You gotta,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like that, I can relate from that because like I would have friends that be like see to come out and party with us, like come out and come to my house so we can like go somewhere. I'd be like, nah, I gotta stay home. I gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. And actually, like I could see like if I did choose that other way, like if I did choose to go and be out with them, I really wouldn't get nothing out of it. But out of this, I got something out of it. More than anything out of it. I got a lot.
And I do want to say that these young ladies, and we had quite a few more young people working this summer with us, and we really could not have done that without the grants that we get from, we got some from United Way. I have a grant pending. I'm hoping that we'll get it so that you'll know that we're doing a wonderful work in this garden, and we need people to help support what we do.
Mhm.
All right, and we thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right.
So okay, y'all, honey. I hope you heard what she just said. I'm gonna break it down for those of you who didn't. We need some support, okay? Support can come from you coming out and volunteering at the garden. Support also looks with dollar signs, okay? We need financial support to continue all this work. I mean, you heard these young ladies here. We could have made a little commercial, as a matter of fact, and got some good money because they was just speaking from their hearts. But the reality is like, wow, this you think we're not just talking about pulling weeds and playing in the dirt. We're talking about creating our future generation of healthy souls who are looking to reinvest in their own lives and in our ground, our earth.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
come on, y'all.
Yes, come on.
You got me wanting
Yeah,
to
I
guardian
know.
for sure. Now I'm definitely playing. Who want to come over?
And I do want to say this worker program is we're looking to pay them, but they also give back. So it's a volunteer worker program. They work and then they volunteer and give back to the community. So it's a great work that they do. And I've enjoyed being with these young ladies this summer. I really have. We've learned together. We've worked together. We've done all kinds of things together. And so it's been a wonderful experience.
Yes. Wow. Wow. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for coming on the show tonight. What a beautiful conversation. I'm straight up full. Yeah, I'm about to clean up and take a whole nap for the whole night. A whole nap for the whole night.
I'll take something home.
Yes. Absolutely. So thank you again, Ms. Washington,
You're
for
welcome.
sharing this space with us and being
Yeah.
my co-host for tonight.
Yeah.
You guys, this is only episode 2 of our 6th series, Black Food
Yes.
Sovereignty. So we're going to be back with new guests, more information, and kind of diving into this topic. So please join us. If you did not have opportunity to share this video, please share it. The videos will be posted both on YouTube. Thank you, my YouTube watchers who are probably going to watch the replay. Thank you to my Facebook Live watchers who also can watch the replay. Share this video. Tap into YPOP, Young People of Purpose. They're doing amazing things. I hope you feel empowered by these young people. I certainly do.
Me too.
And of course, if you are interested in being a guest on Mondays of My, hit your girl up. We have great conversations about everything great in our community. So if you have a product or a service or a mission or a passion or you're an advocate of something, please reach out to me so we can talk about it. Honey, over some good food, okay?
That's right.
Mhm. Some real good food.
Some real good food.
Okay, yes. All right, you guys. Well, that is another episode of Mondays of My. It is a wrap. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time for another episode. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all just keep waving to me. I gotta physically go up and turn on two
Okay.
devices.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay. We're still waving bye.
All right.
We're
Bye-bye.
still waving bye. And we're almost finished. We're still waving.
Yes. All right. Bye-bye.
We're so close to being done.